Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time talking about The Pursuit of History. The Pursuit of History, the latest in the Tom Baker range. Due to time constraints and the fact that I want to get this podcast out, I'm recording this in my car. So if you can hear other cars in the car park or the wind outside, that is the sound of Huddersfield, and is also completely unimportant. The Pursuit of History is yet another in the Tom Baker range. I am deeply enjoying these. They are almost the highlight of my entire month. Yes, I know that mad old Uncle Tom has just done a very, very detailed and in-depth and mostly true, except for the bits that he's made up, which are more true than truth, interview. And I don't know why, but I'm just feeling more connected with him. Yes, I know he's putting his world in order before he shuffles off the mortal coil, but he might just not do that just yet. He might be with us for a while. And the fact that he's producing, well, a ridiculously large amount of Big Finish audios, that's just marvellous, isn't it? Now, as always, at this point in the year, we end up with what I can only describe as a bit of an issue for me. My issue is one of a spoilt child. You see, I like to hear a full Doctor Who story. I'm not good at cliffhangers anymore. I've been spoilt. I don't have that exciting, oh, what's going to happen next sensation. All I've got is, oh, I want to hear the rest. And you know what? That's exactly how I feel about this particular story. Yes, Cuthbert is back. And Romana 2, is present in this story. Now, it's also got the Laan in it, which are basically space-time manatees who communicated with Romana 1. And of course, now they're communicating with Romana 2. Perfectly natural, perfectly understandable. And Cuthbert, of course, has got serious problems going on. You probably just heard some chimes in the background, and that's because, again, they're the sounds of Huddersfield. Perhaps recording in a car is not the best idea. Except sit here and kill some time, so I thought I'd share it with you. Hope you don't mind. Back to the story, I think. Yes, we have been spoilt lately by the simply superb Trouble with Drax. But here's the synopsis for this story. And the thing is, the only issue I've got with it is that it's the first part in a continuing story.
This is K9. You are listening to Tin Dog Podcast. Please do not switch off.
On a brisk winter's morning in 1850s Yorkshire, Cuthbert, head of the intergalactic business known as the Conglomerate, prepares to hijack a very special train. In the far future, his assistant, Mr. Dorrick, is awoken by howling alarms. There's a problem with the quantum gateway. In the TARDIS, the Doctor, Romana and K9 detect strange distortions in the Vortex. An energy stream seems to come from a strange creature called a Laan. The threads of a plan, centuries in making, are coming together, but who's behind the plan, and can anyone possibly escape when history is against them? Now this adventure continues in the Doctor Who story that comes out next month, Casualties of Time. Thus meaning that although it's down as $10.99, it's actually going to cost you £22 if you want the next piece. But in saying that, it's just worth it. Seriously, it's a nice, not timey-wimey exactly, but it is convoluted, and I cannot tell you what happens at the end because it is such a spoiler. The fact that I've said that it's a spoiler is not good, because that means you're waiting for it, so I apologise profusely if you class that as a spoiler in itself. You've had the synopsis, you know what's happening, the cast is pretty good. Toby Hadoke has got a hell of a lot more to do in this storyline. It's as if he's worked his way up the slippery slope from his last story and has ended up with something particularly good in the job department. Well, you know, good for working at the Conglomerate. There are some great alien races and, of course, the obligatory throwaway Douglas Adams stuff, here being a reference to the Encyclopedia Galactica. Yes, it's a great story, and yes, it's a brilliant thing, but means that I can't be as enthusiastic about this as I want to be. It's a great story, a great disc, thoroughly enjoyable. Only disappointment is that you don't get to hear the next part, and that's me. That's me being disappointed. And that's me just kicking off like some fan who think he's entitled to things. Well, you know what? I'm willing to wait till August, because it's all going to be all right. So until next time, I'll leave you the trailer, and I'll speak to you very soon about Doctor Who, or something else. Until next time, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who, The Fourth Doctor Adventures, The Pursuit of History.
Ah, you hear that? That, my friends, is a special train engaged by some preposterously wealthy men who have taken it upon themselves to bring something rather special down for London. Something rather special that's worth a lot of money.
The doctor will tell you.
Tell us what?
The time is approaching.
The time for what?
Something's heading straight for the TARDIS. Force field generators are overloading. Quick!
Romana! What?
Did you hear that?
You did?
Well, of course I heard it, otherwise I wouldn't be asking if you'd heard it.
It's a Laan.
Must help us, Romana.
What?
The mistress is dematerializing with the Laan. You helped us long ago, Romana. I hoped you could help us again. But I did not realize you would die in the Vortex. I would not have you die for us.
I may have to kill you.
The train! Hands up!
I think I've stumbled on a not-so-great train robbery.
That's it, get a move on.
Wait a minute.
Right, lads, let's get our cargo unloaded.
Well, whatever it is, it's certainly heavy.
Big Finish. We love stories.
That voice. I recognize that voice.
On the 3rd of September 2016, Hooverville 8 will be with us. Possibly the friendliest convention in the whole of the UK. This year's guests include, but are not limited to, Kai Owen from Torchwood, Michael Jason from Doctor Who, the Valeyard himself, Katie Manning, Joe Grant, Eric Sayward, Sophie Aldred, good old Ace, and Matthew Dale. For more information and to book your ticket, visit the Derby Quad website, www.derbyquad.co.uk, derbyquad.co.uk. That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who, The Fourth Doctor Adventures, Casualties of Time.
You really believed your pathetic attempts to elude me had any effect at all? I've been watching you, and this is the moment to exact my revenge.
So you're going on a long trip, Doctor, and by the time it's over, my power and reputation will be unassailable. I'm just here for the ride.
What ride would that be, Cuthbert?
The one where you chase me all over the place, wondering what the heck's going on.
What have you done with Romana?
I believe she represents our only chance of preventing the whole of history from unravelling.
Earth before 1859. Cuthbert's plan, it went back much further than 1859.
Everyone, out of the train! Hands up!
So that means Cuthbert has got himself another quantum gateway.
That infernal time engine has revealed to us the full extent of the Conglomerate's influence on universal history. There's a clear thread of philanthropy and compassion running through all of the corporation's activities. Detectors, open fire!
Under fire! Under fire! He's the Black idea.
The time is approaching.
The time is approaching. The time is approaching.
Big Finish. We love stories.